This is my audience.
I'm Matt.
Scott.
Rachel.
Elder Fedderson.
Elder Balish.
Jordan.
Robin.
Laura.
And Robin's gonna be my manning the camera. So on July 20th, 1969 was one of the most monumental moments of human history. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin stepped from their spacecraft onto the surface of the moon. We had won the space race. We'd gotten all the way to the moon. And just as impressive, they returned to Earth safely. This is just one of the many marvels that NASA has wrought and has done over the years. The Hubble Space Telescope sits in orbit and continues to give pictures of deep space, these marvelous, beautiful pictures. The Mars rover continues to provide data on an alien planet as it goes around the surface of Mars. But does it feel like we're falling behind as leaders in the world? Are we merely coasting and letting other nations to catch up and overtake us? Are our good jobs being outsourced? Do we continue to fall behind the rest of the world in educating our children? Most importantly, I think, are we still dreaming of tomorrow, of a world of tomorrow that's a little bit better than the place we live today? So recently, the United States made a significant monetary contribution and effort to increase the education of our children. So, and we've actually made some gains in this area. However, the United States rate of improvement, even with our significant commitment, trails 24 other countries. We were kind of, they looked at 48 countries, and according to the Stanford study, we're kind of in the middle of our rate of improvement. So we've gotten better, but I think we could do much, much more. In addition, our good jobs being outsourced to India and other countries. In 2003 alone, an estimated 25 to 30,000 jobs were outsourced to other countries. So how do we keep our good jobs here? And I have two little girls that are a part of my world that are really important to me. How do I allow them to give them the tools and the knowledge to be able to dream of a world where they can achieve whatever they want to, where things are going to be better than they were before? So what new discoveries will we enable our children to make through the foundation that we laid today? I believe that by investing in NASA, we invest in our children's future. A website called NASA Spinoff lists some technologies that we use each and every day that were originally developed to meet NASA mission needs. That's according to NASA Spinoff. A frequently asked question. Have you ever used a cordless drill? Anyone here sleep on a memory foam mattress? I got a padding a top padding at the house that I use. Have you ever used a GPS in your phone or on your car to find the nearest Walmart? So these applications and many, many more were originally developed by NASA to meet NASA mission needs that were eventually applied by companies to make these products that we use each and every day. And when we're leaders of exploration and innovation, the jobs that go overseas are the ones we don't really want to do anyways. When we led the world to the moon, the good jobs stayed here because other countries couldn't compete at our level. That's according to a noted astrophysicist and speaker, Neil deGrasse Tyson, who talks about these things. I believe that by investing in NASA, we lay a foundation for dreamers to dream of the future. I grew up in the 80s, and I remember the Challenger disaster in great detail. It was a huge event, this tragic event that happened. But in the lead up to it, the kids, they had us do all these things related to space. We were thinking about becoming astronauts, rocket scientists, pilots. We were learning about the other planets. But what are our children dreaming of today? Are we so mired in the present that our children don't have these same dreams? This is kind of an example of what I want my kids to dream of this. My wife did this with my two little girls. They're not really old enough to do a whole lot. They help stick the stars on. And this is actually a picture taken. This is an artist rendition of a picture taken of that the Cassini spacecraft took just 2 days ago. This picture was taken. There was a total eclipse of Saturn, and Earth photobombed it. So Earth was in the background. Hey, what's up, Saturn? So this happened too. And this is sponsored by NASA. This is something that happened 2 days ago. Is happening now. And I think we need to encourage and help our children to think of what hasn't been done. Are they going to be able to solve the problems that we haven't thought of? The problems of today, the problems of tomorrow? Of course, NASA isn't a panacea that will solve all our problems. However, it can be a mighty catalyst, a motivator that can jumpstart the economy. The economy of the 1960s, the peak of the space race, was a strong, vibrant force. Emerging industries such as aerospace industry boomed. New technology boosted production, some of which came from the NASA program. NASA can motivate our scientists by putting these brilliant people together and giving them tools and opportunities to solve problems. They can make the dreams of tomorrow a reality. Finally, it can inspire children to ascend to greater heights than we have. They will become the dreamers of the future, scientists, engineers, mathematicians, some of the core doctrines and disciplines that are needed in these fields of science, technology, engineering, math. NASA has all these in its portfolio. So they will be better prepared to confront the problems of tomorrow when we invest in NASA and we allow them to dream. In conclusion, Antoine Saint-Exupéry said, "If you want to build a ship, don't drum up people to collect wood and don't assign them tasks and works, but rather teach them to long for the endless immensity of the sea." So if they think about the sea, this undiscovered void, and that's kind of the idea of what I want you to think about in this speech. Imagine our children inspired by the work of our best and brightest scientists, engineers, mathematicians. Imagine a country where we're not worried about our desirable jobs being outsourced because other countries can't do what we can do. I believe that by increasing NASA's budget, we can reclaim our place as a world leader. You can check out spinoff.nasa.gov to see some of these things I talked about, the spinoffs, these technologies that we use each and every day. And you can go to change.org and you can find a petition. There's a petition to increase. NASA's current budget is at half a penny on the dollar, but it's only half of 1% of the revenue of the U.S. A lot of people think it's bigger, and I think that represents that they do good things with what little they have. I think if we can increase their budget, that we can lay a better foundation for our children for tomorrow and our future. I appreciate you taking time out of your day, and thank you very much. All right, so that's the speech. Does anyone like to provide feedback on?
No, I think you did a good job. You maintained eye contact with everybody, which is important. You didn't rely on your note cards. They were there sort of as a backup, but you knew what you were talking about. Sounds good.
Anyone else? The content?
I liked all your examples. You gave real life examples.
Especially the
Especially the beautiful artist rendition.
Yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate. Like I said, that's it for the recording.